Again, this is Captain Fox back at you with another great video. This time, we're talking about farmland. Once again, farmland. We got a series coming. It's going to be in 4 parts. And check them all out. Even if you don't have a farm, check it out, because this may motivate you to start farming. You don't have to have the J.R. Ewing acreage, Norfolk. You don't have to have 1,000 acres. You don't have to have 50 acres. You don't have to have 10 acres. You don't have to have 1 acre to start a farm. You can start a farm in the city in your backyard. Check it out in a 4-part series. And this will be a great help to those that have air land and how to maintain the woodland. Because you just can't have land with a bunch of trees on it, acres and acres of trees, and just sit there, because the tax value is going to go up. This will help you learn how to keep the tax value down, as well as preserve the forest that you have, or how you can maybe sell some of the timber in the correct way. So this is a 4-part series, and it's brought to you by North Carolina state officials, not just someone standing up there giving you insight and they don't know what they're talking about. These are seminars that I have attended with North Carolina officials giving us the correct information, how to control your land and how to start a farm. So it's a 4-part series, but check out how to start a farm. You'd be surprised how you can make money with a little bit of land. It's very important. Again, I emphasize the fact that many, many years ago, like in the 20s and 30s, black people had land all over the United States, especially in the South, big farms or small farms. And it became air land, and guess what? They lost it. Because once the person that dies, that's trying to control the land and keep it going, these young people don't want that. They don't want to deal with that. And the man comes, and you know who I'm talking about, comes and give them a lowball figure, and they go for it, because they don't want to be bothered. When our grandparents and great-grandparents have sacrificed, for example, my grandfather in North Carolina bought a farm, and it's still in our family. And guess what? While he was at church on a Wednesday night, back then they called it prayer meeting. And while him and his boys and daughters and wife was at the prayer meeting at the church, because he was a deacon, good old deacon, and praising the Lord, the Klan came and burned his house down. Why? Because they wanted his land, and they wanted him to have his 8 boys work for them for nothing, and he wouldn't let his sons work for them. Klanist people. So they burned his house down. But he put another house up there bigger than the one they burnt down. You know that infuriated him. So this is very important, and I want to get this information out there on how you can have a farm and don't have to be a lot of land. Be surprised. You can put one in your backyard. Just check it out, my series. Captain Fox, on the move, on the groove. Stay safe on the water. Check it out. Bam!
Help the SDA groups, which are Native Americans, Alaskan Americans, Hispanic, African Americans. We have programs that service those groups. We also deal with the beginning farm, 10 years or less, limited resource farms. And we also, one of the things, when you come to us, if you go to Terry Best's office and try to get a program, he's going to send you right back down to our office. Because one thing you are going to need is a farm serial number to get you started. And I'm pretty sure most of you in the room have a farm serial number. If you don't know, you need to call your local SSA office, tell them where you are in the county, where you're located. You might already be a number there. You just don't know. That's the same as the form ID. That's the same as the form ID. Yes. The FSA number. Yes. But Jessica Norman, she's gonna talk about how you get that farm cereal number.
Hey everybody, how are y'all? Good. So in Halifax, I usually say we're at the starting point, FSA with your phone number. So I do it in Halifax County, so I usually say when somebody calls, I'll be like, you have the pleasure, to see my beautiful smiling face. But if you call, I'll say, well, you need to bring in certain documents. I say it's best to set up an appointment first, because I know some people traveling from far away, and you don't want to keep making trips back and forth. So I say you need to bring in a certain document such as a deed or will. So whether you own the land or not, that's going to dictate whether you own it. You need to bring your social security number. If you have an EIN number, that's an employee identification number. That's usually for like if you have an entity, LLC, joint venture, partnership, and that the IRS usually provides you with that number. So you have to bring a copy of that too. Deed will lease if you're gonna so that you control the land. That's a good opportunity.
For the EIN number, if you have an LLC and you want to get your farm number, that's only if you want to identify under the LLC, right?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Yes.
What if a person lives in an apartment?
Oh, we have that happen. And let me tell you how that has happened. They were growing a product in their garage. We had to sketch out that garage and give them a farm cereal.
So that's awesome. So you don't necessarily have to have a whole plot of land. You can have,
That's true.
you can have just your house and your backyard.
That's why I asked.
You got some hops on the back porch, out this yard. We have to mix that out and give you a farm cereal.
Now y'all go in.
There you go, Mr.
And they say it cannot be done. Oh yes, it can be done.
Your vegetable patch
Vegetable patch.
in the back of
That's something to think about, ain't it? Can you get a grant for that?
Oh, yeah.
That's why we're here today.
I had an incident, because I cover Orange, Durham County, and the lady came in and she said that she was growing some type of mushrooms. She was growing them, and we were like, okay,
Trying to
where's
get
your
high.
farm? We're trying to identify the back. She told us where
Psychedelic
she
mushroom.
lived. And I'm like, that's like an apartment building. And it was in her garage, and we had to draw out that. And she got nap coverage. So, on that. So, but if somebody tells you that that can't be done, it can be done.
Okay, I'm sorry. One last question. Because you were mentioning apartments. So that's not a permanent place. So does that number follow you wherever you decide to move, or do they have to go through the process all over?
If you're in different counties, if you could, let's say if I go to Nash County, I've got a farm number and I've got a condo and my stuff is there. And if I moved in Nash County, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm telling you that I'm growing my commodity at this condo, that farm number at that place, that is my farm number.
All right, but say when you leave, say if you decide to go to Chatham County.
Yeah, I guess you can transfer.
And the maps are going to have to be drawn for wherever.
So wherever you go,
We can take that, copy that map.
That's right.
but your farm number stays the same, but you just have to go through the process of redrawing where your farm will be if you decide to move places.
If you live in county, sometimes those counties, they even know where they're going to change.
What we call your recon.
I have two families on the same farm because
Oh, no. Keep her busy. Keep her moving.
the backyard is one piece of land and the front yard is another piece of land, but it's all my yard and farmhouse. It's called a two farm IDs. If I was to ask to lease me space on her farm, could I use those farm IDs or do I need another farm ID for the property that I'm leasing on her farm? Okay, that's good. That's all I want to clarify. Thank you.
I have a question. And, I know you all are talking about farm number, and I already heard some changes since I'm retired from FSA. So, do you not have track numbers anymore?
Oh, yes, we do, we do. When you get a farm number, you get a track number.
Yes.
Well, cause see, one of the, what Farmer B here was asking, you saying you got 2 farms?
Yes, Miss Carter decided because I have 2 properties, which is 1 yard, but because of the way that the deeds are written, she gave me 2 farm IDs because the garden is the back, but I'll be utilizing the entire property. So that's why I was kind of like. Okay.
So that's my question, if Farmer B owns both, even if she's doing something different, will she just have 1 farm number and 2 track numbers?
We try to work with the producers, and what works best for you, because I worked with somebody in Hasseltine, and theirs was their entire yard, and she had the front and the back, and she said, right now I want this piece this way, and this piece that way. She actually got 2 farm numbers and 2 different tracks.
I think Miss Carter was trying to bless me. She gave me 2 because she says in that area.
It is easier.
She said, I'm going to do so when you get, whatever you do with the land, you won't have this problem later. You already got it. And I hadn't planted seeds yet. She was a good, crazy. Miss Carter, I've never met her. She's awesome. She made it very easy for me.
And just like we work with farm numbers, and Sheila brought up the track number. Terry back there, they do the tracks. Because when they come, they're like track so and so, like we work with farm numbers today. So,